Hey guys, it's a tea party for our girl Clari. It is her year anniversary here on YouTube. So we're getting together and having a tea party. More information here about that in a little bit. So my idea is to take one of those Dollar Tree saucer jewelry trinket dishes and one of those glass cups. That trinket dish was already painted white and Mod Podged on the bottom because I've had that for over a year now and been wanting to do something else with it, but yeah, haven't made it there yet. And you also saw that I painted the inside of that cup. We just used some white chalk paint, and I also Mod Podged the inside as well to make sure that hopefully that paint does not chip off. So yeah, we'll see if that actually happens or not. Hey, yeah, buddy. All right, so I have a fan brush there, making sure I cleaned up the outside because we're going to put some pretties on the outside of this cup pretty soon. If it looks a little chipped on the inside, I did take a 400 grit sandpaper and tried to sand some of the clumps and lumps out, and then I sanded too much off the edge, but you know what? At least it's on the inside, not the outside. Okay. So Moose is going to help us put this floral foam here, and you can kind of see that I'm kind of going down at an angle because the cup goes down at an angle. So I'm just pushing it in there. No hot glue. It probably wouldn't stick good to the glass anyway. Of course, I do have paint in there. Well, anyway. And then I'm taking all the little pieces, shoving those down in there as well, and it was a good tight fit. So it's not going anywhere. I've turned it upside down, and that is staying in there. It is Moose approved, okay? See, he's checking it out. It is past quality inspection. Now, I've got some green moss, but this I found at the Goodwill bins, and it's like suction, like vacuum packed, like you would in a Space Saver bag. And so it's this big block chunk of moss, and you can pull it apart. So I was just using that, getting it out of my stash. And I just pulled a chunk off, and then I kind of, shredded it a little bit. And I did hot glue that down because, Clari, this one's for you, girl. And after I did that, I'm going to take this little half a styrofoam ball here from the Dollar Tree. I cut it in half, and I'm going to cover that up with some more of that moss right there to make it look like it's kind of got a little hill on there, in there. Yeah. See? Yep. Mush it down just like that. And I got a little, well, it's not a trick. Most of you probably know about it. I'll show you a little way later to keep that moss from falling out all over the place here in just a little bit. I'm going to kind of clean up my mess, shove it out of the way there. I've got some greenery here, and we're going to use, this was a pick I pulled out of something, probably my friend Shelly gave me, who knows. And I'm going to use a couple of these pieces, and I glued those down into the foam. We got a piece on top of our hill, and then 2 pieces on the side, and then this really long piece. I really liked it, but I end up taking it out later. So, yeah. Now, what we're about to do is we're about to put some pretty IOD transfers on this. Now, my beautiful friend Heather at Spindle Mountain Mercantile sent me these. I do not know what book they came out of because they were all falling out, so I threw the cover away. Anyway, but they're red roses. We're going Alice in Wonderland theme here, if you also see our little bunny over to the side. I know all you guys probably know how to do that IOD or any kind of transfer, really. You can buy them on Amazon and all that good stuff. Dollar Tree used to have them. Anyway, you're going to pull that backing off. You saw I cut some of that little extra off there because there is a little bit of a lip on this little saucer or trinket dish thingy right here. And I wanted to keep the leaf on so it kind of goes up in there and around the lip of the saucer right there. Yeah, saucer. There's a good word. And you just pull up as you rub, and it comes up. And if it doesn't come up, you just put it back down and you keep on rubbing. This worked really, really good on that glass. I did make sure to clean it up real good before, and it was really clean and really dry before I put those transfers on. Now I'm burnishing to make sure that's stuck down because it's got that ridge in the middle of it as well. It looks like I'm being pretty rough with it, but I promise you I'm not. I was being very, very gentle. Despite the fact, guys, I'm a hot mess. I was being very gentle with this, okay? Very, very gentle. And now I'm going to Mod Podge it down to seal it. Now, you see this fan brush? That is actually a makeup brush from the Dollar Tree. I just found it the other day, and I want to go buy myself 10 more. This brush is so soft and amazing. It's like, yowza, wowza, gimme. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Now, we got that. While that's drying, we're going to take a couple more. I've got these red ones. I also have a white one in there because remember, we're going to paint the white roses red, right? There is a white one I'm going to put on the back. This red one's going to go on the front. And Gracie Lou's going to help us with this and inspect. Now, Moose has his foot caught in my watch. Really, son? Okay, anyway. All right, so as you can see, I got that little cup holder thing. This is used to lay your cups in if you're putting decals or I'm going to use it to hold the cup to put the transfer on. And it keeps your cup from rolling all over the place. You can get them on Temu. You can find them on Amazon, anywhere. So I'm going to rub. Now, on a curved surface, you're going to see here in just a second toward the bottom, I'm going to make some slits in it with my scissors. It's just like when you've seen us all with the eggs and stuff this season. If we're decoupaging, we kind of make slits because of the curved surface so that it kind of folds on top of each other and you don't end up with a whole bunch of wrinkles. So same thing applied here. So here again, I'm showing you, see where I made little slits, went on just perfectly. So I'm going to burnish that as well, making sure that's on there real good. Yep. I will not put you all through the misery of watching me do this whole entire cup, but I will put a white rose on the back, and I will add a beautiful little blue and red butterfly, and a couple more little pieces like little rosebuds around there as well. Like I said, this all came, I don't know what package it came out of. Sorry, can't help you. Also, after I was done, I did add a coat of Mod Podge. I wish I kind of would have made this glossy. Y'all know I don't like glossy, but I do wish I would have done glossy in this one, but it is what it is. And also, another hint, don't put your florals in first. You see how I took them out? Yeah. Here's the trick. Put hairspray on your moss. That'll stick it down so it's not flying all over. So there we go. Couple little hints and tricks for you there, people. Hey guys, it's Sabrina. You are here for my sister Clari. It is her 1-year anniversary on YouTube. You guys make sure to go check her out. She is so extremely talented. Oh my gosh, just amazing. Her channel will be linked in my description box, of course, along with Tiffany's, who's amazing as well. But you guys go help my sister Clari reach her goal of 500 subscribers. She's been here 1 year. She deserves it, and she deserves more than that. Let's go for 1,000. Yeah. Oh, Clari, I'm so proud of you, girl. Let's stay hanging in there. And this cup's for you. And yes, friends, I did record that in the car on the way home. You know how it be. Okay, so this little resin buddy that was $1 came from the Target dollar spot for $1. They had like about 3 or 4 different kinds. And you know I don't like gold. And remember in Alice in Wonderland, it was the little rabbit. So we're going to take our little distressed chippy brush here from the Dollar Tree and some white chalk paint. And we're going to turn him into the white rabbit. Yes, we are. And I'm rubbing, I'm painting, I'm pouncing. And we're getting, because there's a bunch of little nooks and crannies all up in this bunny. And so I'm making sure that I'm getting in all those cracks. It took almost 2 coats. People say 1.5. No, it was 2 coats. And the second one was just more of a touch-up. I'm going to use this black and cameo pink by Apple Barrel and a little stylus tip there with a little rounded end to paint his eyeballs with the black. And I'm painting his nose with the pink. This worked really, really good. Look, cute. It even got him some little eyebrows there. Now, I'm also going to take my cameo pink and get a Q-tip. I thought of this later, like, wow, I got to get his ears. So, the Q-tip, I just dabbed it in the cap, then took some of the paint off on the wax paper there, or parchment paper, and then I'm rubbing it in the middle of his ears there. And then I thought, okay, that looks good, but a little too much. So let me get a wipey, and I start wiping some of it out. And no, need a little bit more. Start wiping some more out. Well, then you know where this went. Then I wiped out too much. So then I had to go back to my Q-tip and I had to drag it through his ears again. This Q-tip actually worked really good because of the texture the rabbit has. It didn't make it look like a solid pink. You could still see white, like he had little sprigs of white hair throughout his pink. So he's so cute. I think he came out adorbs. Adorbs. Okay, so there's our bunny. He's hopping, ready to go. Now, Gracie Lou here is going to help us add our embellishments to our little teacup. So these little laser cut clocks came from Dollar Tree back in the day. Now they have nothing. The cards came from Dollar Tree too. You can still find those there. I'm just taking the Queen of Hearts. We're going to zhuzh that up here in a minute. Now Moose is tearing off my necklace. Boy, goodness, you leave kids at school and you come home to more kids at home. Okay, those roses, they're wooden. I got those at Dollar Tree at Valentine's Day. We're going to take 2 plain ones that have not been painted and 2 red ones. Now, back to the clock. I'm going to take gold rub and buff. This is gold leaf rub and buff. Yes, friends, I am using gold. I just figured it did look good and make sense with the Alice in Wonderland theme and the hare's clock and, you know, hare as in bunny. Yeah. Anyway, was he a bunny or a hare? Oh, long day. Anyway, okay, so I'm putting that gold leaf on the front, the back, and I also got the sides in those little nooks and crannies. And now I'm just going to kind of show you a comparison because to me it looked like you couldn't tell until you put them side by side. So there we go. We got us a gold clock. We got us our bunny ready to go. And now we're going to tear up our Queen of Hearts card here. So, you know, I've got to have something grungy and crusty in it, right? That just didn't sound right. Okay, so I'm going to just wad this up, tear this up, crumble this up. Yep, you see, that's easy, right? And now I'm going to take my walnut distressing ink right here and a dabber. And I'm going to grunge this up a little bit. I get rid of the dauber here in a second, dabber, and I just use the ink pad itself. And it wasn't getting enough on there. I think the problem was that the card was like a shiny lamination to it, and so it wasn't wanting to stick very well. But I'd put some on, let it dry, put some more on, let it dry, and it actually turned out okay. I didn't like the fact it was really shiny, but we're going to roll with it. Now, we're going to take our 4 flowers here, our 4 roses, and get some holly branch green from Apple Barrel. And we need to paint the stems of all 4 of those. And then we're going to leave the 2 roses red, and then the natural color wood ones, we're going to leave white, but we're going to splatter some red paint. So here you go. The leaves and stems are green. These 2 white ones right here. I'm going with 2, not the third one. Ignore that one. I got a little fan brush. I got some of the red flag paint from Apple Barrel, and then I sprayed it with some water to water it down, and then realized, wait, I don't want this on my leaves, so let me cover that up. So I'm covering my leaves up, and then I'm just tapping my fan brush here, and we're getting some splatter paint on our white roses because we're painting the roses red. And then 2 roses are red because we finished painting those. That other rose you see over there above the red one is just strictly white, and I was going to put that on, but I changed my mind. And I do splatter paint both sides of the white ones. Okay, so now everything is ready and dry, and now we're going to start putting it together. So this is the idea that's kind of going right now. I kind of try to get you guys closer, and then I'm going to get you in crooked. Sorry about that. I will straighten that up here in a minute. Anyway, so we're going to glue our card here into the back. And I kind of got that intertwined in some of the rips and tears in the card. I got it into the greenery, vine stuff there. And it's spring. These kids got spring fever, and I think I got a fever, and I need to call in sick. Okay, we're going to glue our flowers in, and I'm starting up there at the top of our little hill and just put a little dot of glue on the end of each one. They're not stuck in there very great. I do like how they're kind of coming down angled, but then I'm like, should I have put all the white ones together or the red ones together? I don't know. And then the third just solid white one, I was going to put at the top of the hill, but then I end up pulling it out, and I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Should I have rearranged these roses different and added that solid white one? Maybe not as many roses? I don't know. Okay, we did hot glue Mr. Bunny into the back there beside the hill. Those little mushrooms right there came from Hobby Lobby, as well as these little ladybugs in their spring section, 40% off. I just got them recently. I glued a toothpick to the back of our clock, and we're going to stick that down in there. And then I did glue the edge of the clock to the arm of the bunny to make sure that that does stay, because that hot glue wasn't staying with that toothpick and the gold leaf rub and buff on the clock. Now we're going to take our little ladybugs, and we're going to glue one to the top of the bunny's head and one on a leaf. Now the ladybugs come with that foam sticker on the back. It will stick, but not great. I meant to take it off before I put the hot glue on. Well, I forgot. Of course I forgot. So then when I go to look at it here in a second, and I'll show you, it looks like the ladybug is popping off the top of his head, and I didn't like that. So I'm going to pull the ladybug back off. See how it's not flat on his head? So that looked kind of funny. So we're going to pop the ladybug off, and I'm ripping the foam off. And then I'm going to glue the ladybug back to the top of his head. I didn't worry about the leaf because you can't really tell on the leaf. But on the bunny's head, I was like, okay, that looks funny. We got to fix that. So I wish I had a caterpillar to put with that mushroom. Remember the caterpillar sitting on a mushroom? But I didn't have anything, and I wasn't, my juices weren't flowing enough to be creative and make anything small enough that would fit. But here's your close-up, guys, as you couldn't see. So, look at it. It's so cute. I did put that long piece of greenery vine back around there, but then I took it off again, see? So here you go, guys. Here is our Alice in Wonderland inspired teacup. Oh, Clari girl, this is for you. Y'all go to my girl Clari's channel and subscribe. You're going to love her. She is absolutely amazing. She puts together some great collabs. We probably might use this tea party collab for any time we have some celebrations. I have my 2-year YouTube anniversary coming up in June, maybe for birthdays. So y'all keep an eye out for this collaboration. It might not be the last time. And we do a mystery box challenge as well. Oh, you got to see it, guys. It's so much fun. Go check out that description box for Clari's channel and Tiffany's channel and the whole playlist link. If you guys like what you're seeing, do all the YouTube-y thingies. Like, subscribe, share, comment. And if you guys enjoyed this Alice in Wonderland themed project, check out this video down here below. This is one I did last year. I hope you enjoy, and I hope to see you Monday.